Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. I hope you guys are doing really well today. And it's been quite a while since I've made a video, and you are probably watching this video because of the title that I will be putting up for this video. And no, it is not a clickbait. Well, this title is probably going to be like, I'm finally done this time, or something like that. I don't know. But I am actually done with something in life that's pretty major, and I'm going to share that with you and explain a little bit why I've been gone for like 2 months, I believe, 2-3 months, or I don't know, I lost track of time. But yeah, this is not a clickbait. It just play with the words a little bit, so don't come for me in the comment section. But let's get started. This is just like a basic ramble video, and instead of whispering, I will be doing it soft-spoken. So just sit back, relax, and I'll just catch you guys up on my life a little bit, and hopefully I'll be making more videos very soon. So let's get right into it. Anyway, how should I start this? So I graduated from high school in 2015, and I'm a little bit, let's go back in time a little bit. So when I first started college after I graduated, I did 2 semesters, and the transition was so difficult. It was so hard. I just wasn't prepared for it. And the first semester, I think I had like a 3.3. And actually a little thing that sucked was that I was doing 16 credit, so that basically means I was doing 16 hours of school a week instead of the regular 14 or even 12. So I was doing a little bit extra, and honestly it was much better than high school, because you go to school like 35 hours a week back in high school, 7 to 2:30, and now the transition was harder because I wasn't prepared for the classes, I guess. So I didn't do so well in the first semester. And then the next semester in the spring, I picked 5 classes, and I ended up dropping 2 of them, withdrawing, if to be correct. So withdrawing basically means that you don't get any credit, and the class doesn't show up on your transcript as, it just shows up as a W, as withdrawal. And the other 3 classes I had, I only got B's and B minuses. I was slacking really, really bad, and I really didn't think I deserved to pass my English 102 class, but the professor was very lenient, and I honestly did all the work. I just wasn't showing up to class, which seems to be the biggest problem for my college career. So obviously I'm talking about college now, so you probably can guess what I'm actually done with. But going forward, continuing with the story, because I've noticed such a difficult time I'm having in college, I decided to take a semester off. A lot of people advised against it because they thought that once you take a break and you're just free and you don't want to go back. And I understand that side of the story, but for me, I really needed that break mentally because I just wasn't prepared for it. And taking that break was probably one of the best thing I've done, like one of the best decisions I made throughout my college career. Because the semester with the withdrawal classes, I ended up with like a 3.1 or something like that. And ever since I came back from it, my GPA kept going up and up and up and up. It went from 3.3, 3.4, 5, and then finally I graduated with 3.66, I believe, of a GPA. Not really, really good, but it's really good in my mind because I went from a 3.1 to a 3.6. That's half a grade point if you I don't know. Not to brag, but honestly, that break gave me so much time to think, and honestly, it was true what people said. It did kind of make me not want to go back, but I promised myself that I will, and I did. And I actually graduated. I finished all my courses in December, so like 2 months ago, not long ago, and ever since then, I haven't made a video, as you guys can tell, for very good reasons. Well, for very good reasons for myself. So I actually got an internship back in May or June at a company where it fits my major perfectly because I studied supply chain service management, so a lot of supply chain things is in the inventory or purchasing department, which I did get an internship there thanks to my aunt. And I was working there since June, and then kept working there until now, and I'll tell you more in a bit. But the internship was in the summer, and then I continued doing it in the fall. And after graduation, I asked if they wanted me there full time, and they did. They honestly, in the beginning, I think they hired me. They wanted me to be there full time, but unfortunately, I couldn't do that due to school, and I just really wanted to graduate, so I didn't want to put my college on hold just to get a job. But I was able to work full part time and going to school at the same time, so I could, get experience, intern, and also finish my college classes. And yeah, so they hired me full time there, and I've been working like a normal office hours, which required me to wake up earlier than the usual. As you guys know, I always make videos in the middle of the night because it is the quietest. And even now, I'm making one at like 4 in the morning a.m. So, it's Saturday. It's Friday night. Well, Saturday morning. So it's okay for me. But yeah, so it's been very difficult to film anything due to the scheduling. I don't know how some people do it, going full time and doing full time on YouTube, but I just really needed that mental break. Honestly, I told myself that I was gonna slack off for the last semester. I said I worked so hard. It's okay, if I slack off a little bit, get a B or C, end up with a 3.5, I'm okay. But I didn't even end up doing that because I have that strong sense of responsibility for some reason that I really wanted to finish strong, and I ended up getting 3 A's. So 4.0 GPA for this semester, which really didn't do much to my GPA at this point because everything else is already said and done. But it ended up with a 3.66, and I think that's a magna cum laude, Latin honor, I think, and I hope I get the little thing when I go graduation. Well, the graduation did not happen yet because there's only one graduation a year, and they reserve that for May, because usually people graduate in the spring semester. But I took a break, so I was supposed to graduate last spring, but instead I graduated this fall. Well, last fall, because it's already February. And honestly, I accelerated the plan to graduate much, much faster than anticipated because I did a lot of summer classes. Because I hold off accounting for so long, I wasn't even supposed to graduate now. Like, the plan was to graduate in the summer coming up, so 2 more semester. But because I really want to get that done, I really want to be able to work here at the job I have now full time, I accelerated the process by taking summer classes. So there's section 1 and then there's section 2, and I did the first prerequisite and then did the second prerequisite in the second session, and then finally in the fall I am able to take the final class, which required the first 2 prerequisites to be completed before I could enroll. So I basically sped it up by like 2 semesters. So if I dragged it out longer, it would have been so bad, because it would have been like 2 classes or 1 classes perhaps in each semester, and I am just not going to waste my time with that. So I just rather struggle with it in the summer than struggle with it long term. So I guess that's another good decisions I've made by just powering through it. I did, let's see, like 6-7 semester nonstop. I went back in the fall. No, I went back in spring, summer, fall, spring, summer, and fall. Yeah, so like 6, 7 semester nonstop, And the only free time I had was in January, during winter break because there's no classes. So that's the only time I went to Hong Kong, which was like 12 months ago. It's so tiring, and normal office hour is like 9 to 5. They've been very lenient with the time. I can go in a little later and just leave later, just make sure I do all my work. And I'm learning a lot at my workplace, and I'm just so glad that I did this. And the internship was great. I learned a lot, and school was great, and finally done. That's what I meant by I think I'm finally done. Not that I'm done with making YouTube videos or, with my channel. I'm just finally done with school. Something that lasted like a good 5 years. Obviously, I don't know if that's gonna be the end of my, educational path or whatever you call it. But it is done for now, and I need to make some money and pay back my loans, and hopefully be more financially independent, be able to save money, and plan my life a little further than the day. So that's like the story I had to tell you guys. So I hope that's a good enough reason for me to be absent for like a few months, just getting myself more prepared for life, and hopefully I will be able to work a schedule for making videos. That seems to be the hardest part as of now, so we'll see what happens. And every time I wanted to make a video at night, I'm just so tired. I crawl in bed, watch a video, and I'm like, I'm about to fall asleep. I'll do this tomorrow, and I just keep pushing and pushing every day. And yeah, I pushed it off for so long, and I'm finally standing here to make this video to let you guys know what's going on. So yeah, thank you. But yeah, let's see. What else do I have to talk about? I think that's basically all. I seem to talk really fast, and that's just how I talk. This is like 50% slower than how I usually talk in like regular conversations. So I'm already slowing down a lot, but it's still pretty fast. Yeah, so I really do have a lot of video ideas in my head, and I just really want to make more videos. And I got this green screen right here. I spend a lot of money on it, so I will be using that in the future to make my investment worth it. I don't want to just film like 2 videos. But The Good Place, you guys seems to enjoy that one. That video, let me tell you, probably took the longest, the most tries for me to do. I filmed that on 3 different occasions, and I could never get it right. I am such a perfectionist in some ways. I'm so OCD. If I mess up a little wording, I restart the whole video, and that was the problem with the Good Place roleplay. It was very difficult for me to film because of the lines, and then the story I had to make up. I didn't want to make it bad. I didn't want to make it cringy, so I had to make like a funny one yet engaging. So every time I thought of something else, I think of something else, I change it. And I think the whole filming process for that 15 minutes video, that whole process took a good 4 hours, I believe, excluding the editing and whatnot. 4 hours of filming a 10-minute video because of the different, if I didn't delete all the footage, you would see me getting really frustrated, like the 50th tries, the 50th take, because I'm just so, in my head, I'm like, this doesn't sound good, I don't like it. And I guess that's another reason why I don't really film as often now, is because of the stress. And because I really want to make it perfect, and I know that's not possible, but in my head I thought it was, and I guess that added a lot of stress. And I'm not saying my videos are really high quality, you know, there's no problems with it and whatnot. It's just not up to my standard. I would refilm, like no questions asked. You know, and you can see a lot of my role plays in like the past years. A lot of them do not have like a cut into it, unless it requires like the dentist one where you go from the front desk to the chair. You know, that would require like a cut editing right there. But most of my videos are in one block. You know, usually they're not if, you know, I didn't mess up for the first half, and then like the first half like 10 minutes, and if I make a mistake, I just, you know, I'm like, I'm not gonna refilm the first 10 minutes. I'll just cut that part and make it more seamless when I edit it together. But generally, if I mess up within the first 5-7 minutes, it's a retake. You know, I just can't live with it. And even if I mess up now, I'll just think to myself, and I just keep overthinking, and I'll get into my own head, and then I messed up even more. I mean, I guess that's just filming in general, I guess. But yeah, I don't really have much of an update on life, besides the fact that I got a PS4, PS4 Pro to be specific. I really wanted to play some of the games with my friend, like Tekken and Mortal Kombat, and I also got Injustice, and I bought Red Dead Redemption. I need to play that. I got like 2-3 hours in, like the prologue, and I forgot about it because of the damn sale on Steam. That Steam sale was so good, and I'm just like annoyed that I spent so much money. Because the Lunar New Year sale on Steam, I bought a lot of games. They were all really like, the price was slashed. I got Divinity Original Sins 2, which I played for like a good 10 hours. So good, so good. Love these turn-based strategy games. I also got something, Eternal's Dogma, or Dragon's Dogma. I'm not sure about that one. It's kind of like, what's that game called? Not Brave Souls. The one where you like, it's like a dungeon is really hard. It's really Dark Souls. It's very similar to that. And I also got Eternal something. Well, I also got 2 Sword Art Online games, and the reason I got so many games was because they were offering 100 token for every dollar you spend, and if you spend 5,000 tokens, you get $5 off of your next purchase. So I spend like $60, I got the token, and then I bought more with the $5 off on top of the sale. And then after that, I bought my friend a game, and I got another, you know, I got like 3,800 coins. Wasn't enough for the 5,000, and I had to spend it that day. So I went and bought a game that was like $12, and then I got the coin, and I used the $5,000 to get the $5 off, and then I spent that $5 off on another game. And you know, very smart, you know, strategy on their part, because I just keep spending, and it worked. But I only spent like $100, I think, on like 7 different games. So, you know, that's like a $10 to $15 game each. So, you know, I thought it was pretty worth it compared to like the regular price. Like Divinity Original Sins probably like 40 to 50 or so, and then the other games are like 50% off, 60% off, 75% off, and I'm just like, I'm gonna have to get it. Probably won't end up playing any of them. Oh, I also got The Witcher 3. That's the main reason I even started the you know, the brain fart, the massive spending on, I guess, on the games. You know, I watched The Witcher on Netflix. Probably one of the best shows I've ever seen to date. You know, so, you know, maybe I'll make a video about The Witcher. I don't know, but I'm really in the story when I watched it, and I loved it so much. But I have so many games right now, and I didn't even have time to get into it yet. But I've heard many good things about The Witcher 3, The Wild Hunt, so I would definitely be playing that soon. Yeah. Also, I gotta play my PS4, maybe film a video with the PS4. I don't know. I'm not really good with technology nowadays. But now I'm just rambling about random stuff. But anyway, I'm gonna end the video here. Obviously, you guys probably think that this video was a clickbait. It is not. I am technically done with something. Finally done with something. Just not the YouTube channel like you thought when you click onto this video. But yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys very, very soon. My eyes are like giving up on me already. Just like, I need things to keep it open. But yeah, that's it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching. I hope you understand why I've been gone. I hope you like catching up with me too. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.